Isaac with Fire and Ice Heating and Air Conditioning. We're here at the Vista Santa Fe Senior, and we're in the community room where there is 2 cassette mini splits operated off one thermostat. They're joined together, twinned, so one thermostat will control both of the cassettes. This one's got the power mode on the left, desired temperature in the middle, fan setting on the right. Like always, it's recommended to keep the fan on auto. The unit will change the fan speed as needed. Let's go ahead and lower the temperature below room temperature so the cooling will turn on. When changing the filters on these cassettes, it's located directly in the middle. It has 2 clips that you pull back. The door will stay in place swinging open. Filter is changed out just like that. For any service, when service techs come out, service access is here. No access door is needed. Main power shut off on these are at the breaker. And that's it. We're now in the offices of the community room. These are the wall mount mini splits. We also have these wall mount mini splits located in the manager's apartment and the 3rd floor, 2nd and 3rd floor 2 bedrooms. Here's the thermostat for them. On your fan button here, always recommended to keep the fan on auto. The mode, right now I'm in cooling. Going back to the main screen, lower the temperature below the room temperature, will turn it on. To change the filter, or clean the filter I should say, you lift open the top. The filters slide out individually. You can dry clean them, wipe them down, or you can rinse them. If you rinse them, make sure they're fully dry before putting them back in. They slide back in. There's 2 separate ones, one on the right, one on the left. It's important to keep in mind the wall mount mini splits that are located in the community room on the offices are one condenser, using one heat pump condenser. Therefore, they cannot be in different modes at the same time. It's either all cooling, all heating, or one could be on, one could be off. They can have different temperature desired set points within the same mode, but they can't be in separate modes. One office can't be in mode cooling while the other is in mode heating. We're now in the elevator equipment room, which also has a wall mount mini split, same as the offices, same thermostat, same way to control it. This unit in the elevator room is an individual one-to-one by itself. It's not tied in with the offices. So therefore this one can always be in cooling in its own mode while the offices are in a separate mode. The offices are sharing one heat pump condenser. This one has its own heat pump condenser. We're in the dwelling apartments. They have the Polka all-in-one units mounted on the wall with the Verdant thermostats. They are Wi-Fi. They also have Windows sensors that are Wi-Fi. There are times when the Wi-Fi has to be reset at the breaker. It'll be turned off for 5 minutes and turned back on, and everything should work properly. The way you want it to work is right now it says off. There's nothing on the display screen of the Polka. That's off. When you turn it on, depending on the mode that it was last in, if it's completely satisfied, you won't see anything at the Polka. It won't turn on the Polka. There's no call for heat or no call for cool because it's satisfied. Our room temperature is 64 right now. If you go above what the room temperature is, then I'm asking for heat. So it will turn on in heat. as it's doing now. Let's turn it on and heat. What you will notice on the LCD screen of the Epoca is the red bar, meaning that it's in heat. The number that's displayed is the highest temperature that the heat will be blowing out at this moment, when it does start to blow out. You do not need to touch anything here. Unfortunately, if somebody was to mess with this, it will throw it off sync. So do not touch anything here. All controls are done at the thermostat. Once it reaches the desired temperature that I set at 74, it will turn itself off until it gets below the 74 by a couple degrees. I want to say 3 degrees, then it'll turn back on in heat to bring it back up to 74. If you want to go into cooling, then you would lower the temperature below the room temperature and it will put the machine into cooling. There is a 5 to 10 minutes, average 5 minutes delay between cooling and heating. If you were to switch from heating straight to cooling, it will take about 5 minutes for the machine to properly switch over. The filter on these are right above. This top part pops right off. The filter slides out. Just like the wall mounts, you can do a dry cleaning or you can rinse it. If you rinse it, make sure it's fully dry before putting it back in. There is no pumps for the drainage. It's all gravity drains right underneath the unit. It has the hose that will be a gravity feed for the draining. Try to avoid putting anything under the unit. Don't store things under the unit. Don't hit this. This is the draining. So rubber hose pretty thick, but it can break. Same thing with on top of these units. This is the return area. This is pulling air in. Do not put things on top. It's not a shelf. All the dwelling units with the Epocas also have window sensors. This is where the window sensor is located. Inside, it takes 2 AAA batteries. These batteries do need to get replaced when they go out. It will affect the unit. It will read as an open window if the batteries are dead also. The way this works is if the window was to be open, it will cut the power to the unit. It doesn't happen right away, but it eventually does cut the power. You'll see right in here is part of the sensor, and the other half is attached to the bottom of the window. On the thermostat, it will display open window, and it will cut the power to the Epoca. We're now in the trash room. On each floor, all 4 floors, there will be a fire smoke damper located here. The main fan is on the rooftop. It's pulling air out of the trash rooms, exhausting it out through the roof. The blades will always be open as they are now while it's operating in normal capacity. In the case of a fire, the blades will shut, preventing anything from passing the fire damper area, or in case of a power shortage, or if there's no power, like I just turned off the switch, the blades will close.